Hi everyone, video number 2. So this ties into mutations causing variation. Okay, so what I've got here is a pair of chromosomes. So they're still single, they haven't copied, and with the stripes on them, I know they look a wee bit like 1970s gym socks, but each of these different colours on here, okay, they represent a different gene. So this could be the area of this chromosome here could be the gene for hair color, and this could be the gene that gives you the information for eye color, okay, and for hairy knuckles and for a widow's peak on your forehead. Okay, so these different sections of these chromosomes, okay, are the genes that carry the instructions. So within each of those, if you remember back, the chromosome is just coiled up DNA. Okay, so if we have a closer look at one of these genes, okay, we'll have a wee look and we pull it apart and we have a look at its DNA, uncoil it a little bit. Now, if that's an A, a T, a C, a G, a G, a C, a T, an A, a G, okay, that is the combination of letters there that will give the instructions for a particular characteristic. So if we just pick the orange one here as eye colour, okay, that is the gene. Okay, so the gene is for the eye colour. What we're looking at here is this particular set of instructions is the allele. Okay, now what we've got going on here, these combinations, now every 3 of these letters is what we call a triplet. Okay, triplet being 3, pretty straightforward. And each of those, what happens is their code gets read. Okay, gets a wee bit complicated. It turns into RNA and there's all these other things that happen. But for us, for what we need to know, that gets read and it produces something called an amino acid. Okay, let's just call it amino acid A. They have all these fancy names, but we'll just stick with A. This next set gets read and that might produce amino acid B. The next 3 get read and produce amino acid C. Okay, now what happens is these amino acids all join together to make something called a protein, and that protein gives you your trait or your characteristic. Okay, and that would give you a particular trait. So in this case, because we were looking at eye colour, let's say that this one here, let's just say that it gives you blue eyes. Okay, now that allele for blue eyes on that side, okay, with that combination of letters producing that combination of amino acids, gives you the protein for making blue eyes. Now, what would happen if this T became another C? And so that combination there, A, C, C, what happens then is it produces a completely different amino acid. So it might be amino acid X. Now GGC still makes amino acid B, and TAG still makes amino acid C, but now we have a completely new, or a completely different, oops, that's a bit short, different chain of amino acids. Okay, well, we've got a completely new amino acid here in the first place, but that chain of them is making a completely new protein. Okay, now because we've got a new protein being made, it's not going to make blue eyes anymore. It might give the instructions to make green eyes. Okay, I'm oversimplifying it, but it's going to give that characteristic. It'll make a new characteristic. Okay, so from one change here, one mutation, it can change the amino acid chain, which can then create a brand new protein, okay, which gives you a completely different trait.